Roadfly.com, the internet's best resource for buyers, sellers, and owners like you.
Hi, I'm Rapoport with Roadfly.com. Thanks for watching this episode of RoadflyTV. I'm thinking of retiring after this episode because I'm not sure it gets any better than this, the 2012 Porsche Cayman R. This is the most recent edition of the Cayman, stripped down to its barest essence and ready for the racetrack. In case you're unfamiliar, the Cayman is a mid-engine car. That means the engine is mounted between the axles behind the seats. That's typically really bad news for passenger comfort and cargo capacity, but this car has to be one of, if not the most, useful and well-packaged mid-engine car on the entire planet. So first off, there's this handy little mini trunk up front with 5.3 cubic feet of cargo space. And yes, that means I can actually fit into it, giving the front trunk of the Cayman a Rapoport capacity of 1. And out back, there's a hatch with 9.2 cubic feet of cargo space, aka more than a BMW X5 has behind its third row. There are some front-engine sports cars out there that don't have that much cargo space, and to be honest, I think it's one of the Cayman's major selling points. One piece of advice for the do-it-yourselfers: try not to get engine oil all over your pretty carpet. The Cayman S, which this car is based on, has 320 horsepower at 7,200 RPM and weighs 2,976 pounds. This car has 330 horsepower at 7,400 RPM and weighs just 2,855 pounds. Porsche achieved this weight reduction by ditching items like the air conditioning or actual handles for the R's exclusive aluminum doors. They've also used fixed carbon fiber racing buckets instead of the typical power leather recliners. So how does it all pan out when you've got 10 more horsepower, a higher redline, and 121 fewer pounds? We're about to find out, but real quick, I just want to talk about the cabin. To be honest, there really isn't a lot left to talk about in here, and that's kind of the way I like it. Porsche was nice enough to send us the traditional 6-speed manual, which I prefer over their near $3,000 PDK dual-clutch automated manual. The only option fitted to our test car is the sport exhaust system, which is activated by a little button down here. I'm going to open that up, put the suspension in sport mode, and I think that I will leave the stability control on for now. Let's do it. I'd never driven a standard Cayman before, but this is exactly like what I imagined. It's immediate, stable, and fast. This car will do about 4.7 seconds to 60 miles an hour, which would drop to around 4.4 with the PDK. Just listen to that flat 6. Sounds like a real Porsche to me, doesn't it? So for as immediate and capable as it is, it's a little more refined and less raw, less frantic than I thought it would be. It's hard to know where the limit is, harder than in any other car I've driven, although I'm not going to flatter myself and pretend I'm anywhere close. But it seems to me that with all the weight Porsche took out of this car, they could have left a little refinement on the cutting room floor as well. I guess the upside to that is, since it's not much less civilized than a Cayman S, you can still use it the same way. Long trips wouldn't be an issue in this car. It's still quite comfortable and doesn't beat you up at all. Plus, it gets great gas mileage for a vehicle of this type. 19 miles per gallon in the city and 27 on the highway, which jumps to a still more impressive 20 and 29 if you select the PDK. Seeing a pattern here? Anyway, this car is loud, and I feel like every official vehicle in the next 5 towns can hear me, so I think I should pull over and finish up here. So you're probably wondering if I would personally recommend this car. The short answer is a resounding yes. A longer answer would be yes, but only if you really want what it's offering. And what it's offering is a near telepathic connection with its driver and a classic 2-seat sports car experience, both of which are best enjoyed on the track. Now, off the top of my head, I can only think of a handful of cars that are in the same vein. 2 of them are the Lotus Elise and the Corvette Z06, both of which can be had for the same price or less than this Cayman once you outfit it to go track racing, which would basically be your Porsche ceramic brakes for around $8,000 and the sports exhaust, which will bring you to 75 or 76. That would buy you a Z06, but that and the Elise are both really track toys, and neither one is even close to as good on the road as the Cayman is. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, you've got the BMW M3 and the 1 Series M, both of which are more practical, more well-packaged, offer more seats, but they give up a little bit in that traditional 2-seat mid-engine sports car feel. So I can't call this a bargain necessarily, because all of the cars I just listed can be had for as much or less. But if you want something with the ideal balance of track and street performance, and in addition, the Cayman is it's a Porsche, and Porsches have the best reliability in the industry for this type of car, sometimes period. So I really don't see how you can lose in the real world buying this versus those other cars. I'm Ross Rapoport. Thanks for watching this episode of Roadfly TV. Please go to RoadflyTV.com for more pictures and a downloadable window sticker. Please comment on our videos and join our community. I'd love to hear from you.
Roadfly.com, the internet's best resource for buyers, sellers, and owners like you.